This wish framework is going to go through 4 different areas. They're each going to tackle what are your values from a slightly different angle so that you can close that gap between where you want to be and where you feel you are right now. So the first one, W, and it takes its name from the formula. What do you wish you saw more of in the world? What genuinely bothers you when it's completely absent from society? For me, I wish I saw way more courage in the world. I wish more people had the courage to stand up for what they believe in. What is your W? What are you instinctively drawn to? What are you putting your hand up for when nobody else is? That is your instinct. I noticed a couple things here. Firstly, I always find myself standing up for people who have somehow been spoken over or who perhaps can't defend themselves in that moment. I just can't help but get involved in that conversation. Your instincts are not random. There are patterns, there are themes that lie underneath them. So have a think back through the last week, the last month. What were you instinctively putting your hand up for? What were you instinctively drawn to? Next is stories. What stories do you want people to tell about you at your funeral? This is the deepest question of the 4 parts of our framework, but it's a really important one because it approaches values from a completely different angle. Pick something that's deliberately unique about you, something that's special about you, something that might get a small laugh in the audience at your funeral. It certainly won't be, he had a good golf swing. I want people to say that I genuinely cared about them, that I went the extra mile, I put myself second so I could put them first. The value that's probably sitting underneath that for me is probably giving. I really value, and I always have valued, giving my time and my things to other people. What do you really hate? What drives you really mad? Because when we start to uncover that and we say, well, what's the opposite of that? Probably the opposite of that is something that you really value. For example, I cannot stand pessimism. It's rubbish, it's bad, I don't like it. I cannot stand it. What's the opposite of that? I'd say positivity. So what is your H? Look at your 4 answers. What are some of the patterns that are coming out? And you're probably going to have somewhere between 3 and 5 values that come out. We've got our words. I value giving, I value honesty, I value courage. That's great. But what's really important is the sentence that comes along with that. Giving to me means something completely different to you. Maybe you love giving to people who are really down on their luck, and I love giving to people who are searching for their purpose. What I encourage you to do next is write down your values, great, but write that sentence after it as well. Open up your calendar for next week. You can pause the video and do it now if you like. Look at all the meetings and appointments and things that you've got going on next week, not just work, but also personal. And I want you to look at your values and look at your calendar and say, how closely do they match up? Does my calendar support and work for and with my values? Think now, what can I put into my diary? How can I change something next week to say, here's what I can do to live more in alignment with my values? So we've looked at the first chapter within Know Thyself, and that was values. Next up is strengths. And I'm going to hand you over to my co-founder, friend, and colleague, Patrick, to take you through those.